Coffee is the world's most popular beverage. Millions of cups are consumed daily, and there is growing demand in new global markets, such as Asia. One would usually increase supply to meet demand. However, increasing coffee production is harder than it seems due to climate change, which is damaging harvests. One company has a solution. Il Caffè is an Italian coffee company whose innovative work with coffee producers is focused on managing the impact of climate change so production can continue. Chairman Andrea Ili explains what challenges they're facing.
The production is very frequently cut off by the climate change. And particularly the water security is jeopardizing the coffee agriculture. In some regions, there are too many droughts. In some other regions, there is too much water, which is causing some proliferation of diseases. And this is a problem which we cannot predict. It's becoming less and less predictable.
The impact of climate change is clear on this plantation in Vietnam. Coffee beans that should be pale green are dark brown instead. The El Niño weather system caused a drought and then a flood. The resulting beans were smaller than usual because of the drought, and they couldn't be dried naturally in sunlight and open air because the flood had made the atmosphere too humid. This meant that the beans had to be dried artificially using heaters, affecting their quality. In order to deal with these challenges, growers are now breeding stronger plants and introducing new irrigation systems that allow them to regulate water, even in cases of extreme weather. Stephen Rappaport, founder of the ethical company Packed Coffee, has worked closely with growers and knows they depend on a stable environment.
To grow effectively, the best coffees on the planet need to be kept in a very specific temperature band. So obviously, if the temperature changes, that's bad.
One of Pact's growers has had to take regular action to maintain the right temperature.
One in particular in Colombia, his family have been growing coffee for 4 generations, and they've had to repeatedly move their whole farm to a higher altitude to stay within this really specific temperature range that great coffee grows at.
And coffee plants don't just need steady temperatures, they need wet and dry seasons in order to develop well. Ili knows that climate change poses a serious threat, but he is using his expertise to plan a big-picture solution that could ensure the industry's future. He plans to increase production more than necessary to deal with the challenge of potential crop failures.
We will need twice as much coffee from here to 2050, and the expectation is that half of the suitable land will be available from here to there. So that means that we don't know exactly the algebra now, but we might need to quadruple productivity in order to satisfy the demand, which is quite a challenge.
Quadrupling productivity is an ambitious goal, and a stronger, more knowledgeable supply chain is a key part of the solution. Coffee growers are already undergoing training on how to manage the effects of climate change on their farms. These programs are funded by companies like Il Caffè and offer benefits to both sides. Growers can protect their livelihood, and coffee companies can protect their supply. Approaches like this show that while climate change cannot be stopped, with effective planning and collaboration, there are ways to find sustainable solutions and embrace the challenge.